Good afternoon, esteemed ladies and gentlemen. It's the 20th of June, 2026, and 12 and 33 seconds PM. You're listening, and I'm casting out and transmitting for 4-T, the sanctuary pursuit of the golden truth. Welcome aboard, everybody. And the golden, divine, unconditional love flows out to everyone, and yous are all beautiful out there. There's nothing, the door is slammed on their face, Labor and Liberals, because what they've done with their hocus pocus and all their bull dusting and hoodwinking and webs of deceptions and illusions, and just manipulating and brainwashing the populace since Federation, 1901. But it started happening big time in the 1970s up, as I produced to you and revealed to you those 200 plus public assets that they sold and privatised. That's enough to get anyone cranky. It is Bob Kṛttikā had explained 4 years ago. We had 6 mining companies, and I do believe that we only own one. The public only owns one of those mining companies now. We own just basically everything. Everything was basically government owned, which was our public assets, exactly what they're called, aren't they? And there was nothing illegal, but all comes down to, how righteous you are. They were unrighteous, selling everything. And it should have been put to a vote anyway. Everything should have been put to a vote. Like now, once you vote them in, they just do what they bloody well like. And that's not the right thing, is it? It's not the right thing. It's a big joke. It's all rigged. And this is why it's all fiction. Through the Habsburgs, what they done, and it's flowed all the way down to this point in the matter of the presence. They're living in the linear time. I live in the now and presence. And I'm in the right spot where I should be in this point and now and matter and moment to clean it all up. And Pauline Hanson, yes, she's doing the right thing. And all these naysayers and negativity and trolls and just evil critters, creatures, monsters and demons, when they put all these bad, evil comments in the message boxes or whatever, feedback, whatever you want to call it, they only just launch a platform on YouTube. You go into them and trace who they are. I wouldn't even be bothered commenting on what they're saying. I just hit them the evil bastards that they are, because they just form a YouTube channel. You go back, look at their channel, and they've got no subscribers. No, they're nobodies. They're not even demons, because even demons have got more pride in themselves than what they have. They're just, I don't know what they are, just a dark matter entity, I guess. Because believe it or not, as I say, some demons up here want to clean it up just as much as us. And they are Lucifer's. Well, Lucifer's the fallen angel, that's his workers. Some demons are up here working, straight for the fallen angel Lucifer. Because they're after all those contracts these evil ones signed for their fame and their fortune. And he's going to take them back with him through the fire and brimstone, through the second death, their second death. So it's all a happening thing. You guys have just got to stay within the program and get with the program. And we forge ahead, intent, pulse, receptivity, and enchant, life, death, rebirth, transformation, restoration, reformation for our planet, lovely little planet Pluto. Packs a lot of punch. And Mars, action, the art of war. Not only just a warfare down here, it's a big warfare in the spiritual world. Well, we've just about cleaned it up in the spiritual realms and worlds. This is where I'm a bridge, the celestial and terrestrial, or the bridge between heaven and earth, and your planes, which is your spiritual, material and physical, or the three worlds. Parallel universes. There's plenty out there, but we're sitting in the now and present with the presence of the matter and the moment. And you can see everything's just going to, well, God's plan, God's glory, and God's kingdom. And God and the universe works in mysterious ways. Loving it and living it. And it's the greatest mass awakening, unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, unavoidable. And awake to everything you see before you and your surroundings and your adaptabilities with your capabilities and the best of your abilities with your authentic blueprint. Carbon copies of the universe, the carbon and the sulfur. Everything, your mastery, the mastery of everything. 11, 22, 33, high frequencies, higher vibrations, higher collectiveness, in your higher consciousness. And everything's hunky-dory. And as I say, trust in the process. You just trust in the process. And policies, as I said, the policies, no good making it hard with that gibberish jargon, which the fiction legals do. You keep it basic. It's quite simple. That was stolen shall be returned. Everything is in that storybook called the Bible, which we're in the book of Revelations now. And look up the Revelations. There's nothing to fear at all, because it's all going to God's plan. And you just go with the flow and trust in the process. As I said, loving it and living it. And everything Pauline Hanson said and done is correct. It's correct. And it's all positive. It's all positive that is flowing out. Now, if you look at Labor and Liberal and the other parties, not all of them, some of them, they're being negative. They draw negative. They put negative shit out there, or they talk that stupid jargon, because most of them are solicitors or accountants anyway. That's why you love Pauline Hanson, because she's run a business. These other vultures and hyenas and leeches have been there since their uni days. The young Labor Party or the young Liberal Party. Well, I think they were doing communism stuff there too for some reason. University should just be a training ground just for your education. There should be no politics at all within our universities. Look at the trade unions with Labor. Look at the union down there in Melbourne. All gangsters and criminals. This is what we're weaving out. And this is what President Donald Trump said. Draining the swamp. And it takes time to drain the swamp of all this evilness. And it's all the bureaucrats. That's why Canberra does not want Pauline Hanson down there, because she's going to clean it all up. It's all going to be cleaned up. And I shall follow her down there to make sure It all happens. Spiritually, material and physical. And there's a good show to watch. A young bloke just put it all out there. What was it called? All the young kids. Young and Rich, I think it's called. Young and Rich. I'll put a link after this program that I do. But they'll say their grandparents and all that were crooks. They crook. All they do is fleece and extract the wealth from the populace, whether it's through any product they sell. And they'll make up this product, or they've made their wealth off the governments of that present day, back on those timelines. And then they formed a company, usually an ex-politician, or it might have been a brother of a member of parliament, and they give them money to construct, like railways. They might have been railways. A lot of them made their money off the government contracts to build railways. Now they'll build the railway, say, for $1, but they'll be contracted to make that railway for $200. Okay? And that's how these rich have got rich and richer. There should be a cap on how much money you should be entitled to, because it's a privilege to have that much wealth in the first place. But if you're abusing it, which they're abusing that wealth, because they're hoarding it and being selfish. They're being selfish. There is no entrepreneurs out there, because if there's entrepreneurs out there, seriously, if you're a billionaire or a trillionaire, and it's no good building hospitals, you've got to do the foundations up again. That's scholarships, and this is why there's no geniuses out there anymore, because you've been dumbed down. You've been dumbed down for, I don't know, probably the last 500-700 years. And you just don't know. You just don't know. It's no good arguing the point if you don't know, because you've never been taught. And this is what I'm here now to teach you guys, and for you to learn. Open up your mind and learn. And if you've got an open mind, anyone that tells you who they are or says who they are, you believe it. You believe it until you do your research, or you find out otherwise, and you get your facts, because the facts are right in your face. And that's why you've got to face the facts. It's simple. It's simple. It's no good going, getting on this YouTube channel and say, he thinks he's some kind of emperor. I don't think. I know. I know exactly who I am, because it's been a big experience, and through my life, death, rebirths and transformations and reformations and restoring everything again, it just comes with you into your next life, if you can remember. Some have got this special gift, like myself, and those traits to get humanity over the line into the fifth dimensional and the higher frequencies and higher vibrations. Okay? So it's not a matter of thinking. You know exactly who you are when you do research, investigate yourself on who you are and what you're doing here. Once you know your function and your purpose and your mission, well, you're laughing. You know your authentic blueprints and how the world has gone wrong through robbery, pilfering, and just plain stealing, up to date with today's words and so forth. Stealing from the populace and stealing from families and trying to mimic or remaking, or just mimicking is the best word, because they try and mimic the families of the golden truth, like myself, the golden truth, and got the golden wisdom, the golden everything, because we are mastery of everything. They have stolen it and replicate it. That's it. They replicate and mimic everything. But there might just be one little thing they haven't done. and that is with the DNA. And this is why we have the DNA, so we know who everyone is, who their true self is, authenticity self is, through their DNAs. And as I say, I'm going back, and not just one, it's both maternal and paternal. My DNA goes back to the same region, and the regency of the blood lineage. This is why we call it this. And not many, I'm the only one that goes back, and I'm the last of this line, and this is why I'm here now, to reveal to everybody that has been concealed. And that's it. My job's over, and I go wherever the universe or God wishes to take me. As I say, it's very, very deep, very, very heavy, but you just got to face the facts. You face the facts and go with the flow and trust in the process. Well, there is no problems. There is no worries. It's only those naysayers out there and the evil ones that try, and they're still trying to get them, people trying to persuade them to move over back into the evil ways again. And that's what gets on my nerves. They're still trying. They're still forming YouTube channels with no subscribers and nothing, and then putting their 2 bob's worth, which is evil and very dark, in the message, in the feedback columns of YouTube, and people are reading that. And I notice there's a couple of likes here, like, come on, the jig is over and the game is up for you guys. It's time to give up. It's time to give up. And Lucifer is waiting for you. Simple as that. Okay, I only want good men and good women. And we forge forward with prosperity. And it's going to be great prosperity, because what was stolen shall be returned. Very simple. And your DNA activations, you're getting those uploads and so forth. It's all a happening thing, because it's a great mass awakening, unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, and unavoidable. And awake, rise and shine, abracadabra. Lovely, lovely peoples out there. You're all beautiful, and my unconditional divine love flows out to each and every one of you. All right, what have we got here? Body movement. Move your body. Move that body. Positive expectations again. And feeling safe. Feeling safe all the time. Feeling safe. You've got nothing to fear. You've cast out all that toxicity. All of it's gone. And you only think positive. And the law of attraction, you'll attract positive people like yourself. And this is why One Nation is flowing, forging ahead. It's got the momentum now. Now we've got the unfortunate part of it, we've got to keep the momentum going for another 2 years. But the golden truth will come out. This election was rigged. And that golden truth will come out too. And we'll have an earlier election, because the jig is up on those other parties. And it's not all, it's some. And as I say, a lot of people in there that they don't know. So you've got to hook up with my channel and get reprogrammed, re-educated and refreshing and remembering everything about my family, how my family has been persecuted and prosecuted throughout the centuries. And massacred, genocide, way back. I think we're talking about the 12th century or so forth. Way before, because I suppose we were one of the first indigenous people to be massacred. And then these evil ones went over through the South Pacific, as I said. This is why I relate with all the indigenous and the originals. The originals. We were the originals. And because we were doing it the right way, and some other religions were doing it the wrong way and murdering people. If you didn't want to play by their rules, they just killed you. They bumped you off. They just pumped you off. I've had enough of it, and this is why I'm sitting here now. And this is why I'm very strong spiritually, mentally, and physically. And I'll tell you another thing. Charlemagne was 6'4". Now, it just so happens that I am 6'4". A lot of people can say and do, and naysayers, and try and go against, but you'll never go against the golden truth. The golden truth will always beat you. Simple as that. Because we do it the correct way. Because we have visualization. And you're not going to interrupt my visualizations now through me 11, 22 and 33 frequencies. You can try, as you've been trying, but it's just not going to work because the jig is up with you. I mean, the cat's out of the bag, isn't it? The cat's out of the bag. Forging ahead. And as we say, your past will always catch up with you. So all those wrong things and bad things you've done, and it's not only this life, it's your past lives, your past always catches up with you. And as I said, nature has a naturally gift. That's her gift. To right what has been wronged. Naturally. And that's the natural flow of law. Authenticity. This is what we have. Authenticity. And as I say, he's been lied to that many times. Got the tower. Lied to that many times, you don't know who's lying and who's telling the truth. And this is why it's embedded in my DNA for the skeptical ones. And the ones who just don't know, you don't know, so there's no argument. All you got to do is do your research and clear your mind and start remembering and refreshing. And stay away from that fiction history with the Habsburgs. And that's all documented too. They haven't been able to hide that throughout the centuries because we had our lovely monks. Then we get the high priestess, the tower high priestess. Yes, with the Laos monks, the lovers. My unconditional, divine love goes out there, and it's all about divine timing, divine intervention, your divine wisdom, divine knowledge, your divinity, your Godhead. There's a lot of things happening out there, and there's a lot of heavy stuff happening out there. But, as I said, just leave that to the experts and the professionals. And the star. And strength again. Because we're forging ahead. Because we're victorious. Because we are conquerors. Just going to let you know too, I know Alexander the Great was a wood dragon. I know the one that formed the Ming Dynasty was a wood dragon. There's another one there too. I was going to get back to you on that, but anyway, we'll get there. We're getting there now. Of course. Riding along. Okay, pushing out all that evilness that's in Canberra. And it's not all, it's some. But I'm telling you, some of those members of Parliament don't even know what's going on down there because, as I said, they've got those blinkers on, they're like this. So if they do like that, or step out of the picture and then look back into the picture, I'm sure they'll start seeing it for themselves, and this is when they'll start reporting all the bad ones, all the bad ones that have been corrupted and stained by these evil ones down there and trying to pull them into their evil groups, their evilness. And as I say, this is why we drain the swamp of that criminal element, the gangsters, the critters, the creatures, the monsters and the demons. And some of them are doing those satanic rituals and invoking more demons. As I say, it's got to stop. It stops. And the people are awakening up, which is a good thing, and it makes me excited and much, much joyfulness, because I'm happy. Happy for you guys and girls out there for wakening up. And congratulations to that. And as I say, I know it's hard. Some people cope better than others and deal with it better than others. But the thing is, you just got to face the facts. And you face the facts, what they are, and you just roll with it. Roll with it. Go with the flow. And trust in the process, because the process is happening. Synchronicities. Just cancel that phone call. Yeah, go with the synchronicities and look for the signs and symbols, and that points you in the right direction. Like, I just woke up and watching the idiot box, and then 11:11. What's the time? 11:11. And this is why I come to you at 12:12 and 33 seconds to 33, the frequencies. All to do with frequencies. We run with frequencies and the numbers and your name. Your name's got a lot to do with it. That's why the universe works in mysterious ways. God and the universe works in mysterious ways. This is why I was still in that learning curve process. That's why it's a liberation of the intelligence. Okay, so if I had to change my name, the prince in front of my name, that would have mucked up all my numerology in my name. Numbers in my name, the numbers in my name. I wouldn't have that 11, 22 and 33. So it's a good thing that came out of it. I was upset at the time because I knew who I was, but it doesn't matter, because all things happen for a reason, meaning and purpose. So you just get over that hurdle or obstacle, whatever, but there's a reason things happen. Okay, you look into it deeper, you go, this is why it happened. But I know I'm in the right spot at the right timeline and in the now and presence to help support and assist you guys. Now the Tower, sudden change, upheaval, chaos, revelations, the revelations on everything that's been concealed, everything. Because we're telling you and informing you guys of the golden truth and the golden light. Disaster. It's a disaster for these parties that are in there now. And Liberal and Labor will probably just dissolve and decay and go away anyway. As I said, it's a new transformation. Okay? Energy. Transforms. It transforms. And we're in that transitional transformation stage. Go with the flow. Awakening, release, sun and insights. 16 reduces to a 7, which is about change and options. The Tower, fire and Mars, action, and the art of war. My planet in Scorpio. And as I say, the Royal Star Antares. The High Priestess, Boaz, Chakam. Intuition, always use your intuition and your instincts and your virtues. Sacred knowledge, the subconscious, divine feminine, trust yourself, sensitivity, purity, high morals. And this is why, some out there, this is why I be as gentle process as I can, because I know there's some sensitive people out there. And this is why I be as gentle as I can. But I also believe if I'm awake, everybody should be awake. And this is why I sort of do it as a shock awakening also. Because you just go in the shock. Some people just go in the shock because it's the golden truth. Some people find it easy to process the awakening, You know, as I said, some people have it hard. The beginning of the projects and creative endeavours. The High Priestess. Number 2, about your duality. It's like your male and female. Now, and balance it. Centre, balance and ground it. Okay, I haven't said that for a while either. But this is what you got to do. And just let it all flow in. Let it all flow in. Process it all. As I said, some doors you don't open. Some doors you just go through. But you got to choose wisely. Careful what you wish for. And we forge ahead. We forge ahead. Because we have the lovely royal star Antares. And that energy from that star, that royal star, it's called a royal star for a reason, meaning and purpose. I draw in much energy of that star to unveil what has been concealed. And I reveal it. I reveal it to you guys and girls, to the populace out there throughout my listening and watching my YouTube channel, The Golden Truth. Hope, calm, faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality, fortune, good omen, and rejuvenation. 17, which is an 8, which reduces to 8, is about power and success, because we are conquerors, because we have much strength. You got the High Priestess with you, and I've got the Tower, and we got the Star, and much strength. Visualization comes into fruition when you manifest things, because you got positive expectations. And body movement, strength. It's an 8 card, just 2, 8, 1, 7. The star is an 8. Now strength is 8. Power, strength, and control. And nothing is to be abused. Nothing is to be abused. This is why it's all a balance and act. And as you all know now, capital J for justice. I'm all about justice. Courage, passion, subtle power, preservation, influence, inner strength, focus, compassion. Got your inner world, inner child, inner strength, and that you should be all balanced and all in line with alignment now. And it's just the outer world that we're transforming. The outer world we are transforming now. Because it's bad. Not all of it, some of it. And we're just cleaning up some of it. All that badness. Now, number 6. Public recognition. Okay? So one nation has got that public recognition. My public, no. Well, it was a public recognition back in 2010 through the New South Wales government, through culture lately. But it wasn't revealed to the populace. So you're still waking up to who I am truly are. And you'll become aware of that very shortly with the DNA upgrades and so forth. Because when you've got a lineage that can be traced 4,000 years back, it's definitely a reason for that, isn't it? And meaning and purpose. And I know my function, I know my mission. I'm here to help and assist and support everybody out there, humanity, because I have humility. Public recognition, victory, progress, and self-confidence. Self-confidence. That's why you truly know who you are, your authentic self of authenticity. There is no problems, there is no worries, there is no dramas, because that's why you have full confidence. And this is why you can see now Pauline Hanson speaking and informing you guys the golden truth, and the truth about the racism. It was just a card that this evilness was playing against us. We all unite as earthlings, for starters, and human beings, and our location is Astrāya. So this is the birthright. Everyone that was born here in Astrāya, it's your birthright. Or your birthplace and your birthplace. And as I said, your longitude and your latitude. It's all combined into your authenticity self, and it's all been God's plan, God's glory and God's kingdom, and God in the universe works in mysterious ways. And this has all been mapped out and planned before time began, because remember, time, the linear time, is man-made. We're in the timelessness. And the timelessness, your intent, your pulse, receptivity, and enchant. This is what I do through me solar, white wizard, and me jaguar. And then I've got I have many. The royal star, Antares, the scorpion, the puma, P-U-M-A, the jaguar. These are all here and combined energies that I have to reveal that has been concealed through, the dark ages. We're still probably, we're in the dark ages. It's still dark, isn't it? It's still very, very dark. So we've got light after darkness. And this is what I do. This is what I am programmed to do in this matrix. Okay? I'm anomaly, isn't it? Not a normality. And a big phenomenon that's happening. And it's not just planet Earth, it's throughout the universe, galaxies. Because, as I said, there's many celestial beings out there helping and assisting and supporting us. Okie dokie, in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Amen. Take care out there. Stay safe. Because there's much happening, and there's much now that is going to be revealed. But you just got to face the facts, face up to the facts, go with the flow. And if a lot of you aren't coping too well out there, do a bit of meditation. Meditation, a bit of yoga. As I say, close your eyes. Close your eyes, get back to nature, everything off your feet, so your bare feet, your bare soul, the sole of your feet is on planet Earth, grounded. And go for a walk on the beach or in the water or back to nature. And meditate. Your deep breaths in. As you draw the deep breath in, hold it for 10 seconds. And breathe out. And do that 10 times. Do it 10 times. And clear your mind. Just no noise, no distractions, no nothing. Okay, you got nothing. You go back to your wholeness, your oneness, and your source. And become a part of the bigger picture, the universe. Be a part of the universe which we are. Okie dokie. Have fun out there, because it's all about fun and games too, isn't it? Take care. Bye for now.